no. You can't take a break. You said so much. You said a lot. You said
Hi,
too much.
hi, Uncle. See, all I'm saying is we
Yeah,
don't have to be in
but
these relationships anymore. I want to be able to have the
I've
best
been,
sex of my life with my husband.
I've been listening to you I've been listening to you guys for 3 hours now. Since the show started actually. But let me say this, right? You cannot think like a man. Neither can you behave like a man because you're going to pay the price, and the price is going to be so bad for you. Your grandmother, I know you're Nigerian. Your grandmother knew your grandfather was having sex with another woman outside. She knew that,
You don't think
and
that
she
hurt her?
nope, it did not, because actually your grandmother was the one that helped your grand. Let me talk so you can understand. I'm speaking from tradition. Your grandmother, in order to actually prevent that from happening regularly, she helped your grandfather to get a second wife. She went and picked out a second wife for your grandfather because she knew that men cannot stay too long without sex. Sex is actually very healthy for men. That is why men of those age in Africa, not the West, lived very long because they had multiple wives, not multiple side chicks, not multiple girlfriends. They had multiple wives because the women of those days understood nature, and they went with nature, and they respected nature. It's the women of today that said no, that their grandmothers were stupid. No, your grandmother was actually very, very knowledgeable about health and nature than you are. So you cannot make
Uncle,
yourself a man.
I never would want to, but Uncle, one thing I want you to consider is while on the face she said she was okay with it, those second, third wives were sabotaging the other wives. They were absolutely taking care of one group of kids but not the other. There was so much trauma. You have no idea.
No, no, no. No,
You
no,
have
no, 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 no. Let me help you out. Let me help you out, okay? I know where you're going to. Let me help you out. There was nothing like that until Christianity came to Africa. You see what I'm
no.
saying? Let me help you out, okay? No.
I'm
Listen,
not.
listen, listen. Let me tell you, okay? I was raised in the village and in the city. I am not a Christian. I'm a traditionalist to the core. You see what I'm saying? I don't go to church. I'm a traditionalist to the core. So you having a traditional African conversation right now. The women had to take care of the community. So they were bounded by the laws and the statutes and the regulation of the community. They did not sabotage. They lived faithfully and they executed the laws of the community faithfully. But what happened is this: as far back as 1893, when the Benin Kingdom was conquered by the British, right? Christianity got hold of Africa, especially southern of Nigeria. And what happened? Christianity told women that polygamy was a sin. From 1893, the women began to rebel against polygamy. So when you have a second or third wife, the second and third wife and fourth wife began to undermine everything. That started when Christianity came to Africa, but pre-Christianity, right? Africa, both men and women respected the culture. The women actually took care of the children of other women.
I
They
know.
did not undermine it, because if you undermine that,
You
you
get
go
kicked
home.
out. Yeah, you
You
go back to
get
your
kicked
mother's
out of the
house.
community.
But
Yeah.
Uncle, listen.
So what are
But
you?
here's, but here's the thing, right? Christianity also introduced one God. So we also used to worship at all these different types of,
No,
and
that's not.
Christianity
No,
brought
that's not
one God.
true.
Okay, well, in my tribe, it was there was spiritualism, and there were many
No,
different types
eh,
of gods. Christianity,
no, there were not
one
many
God,
different.
and
Okay,
okay,
that's
okay. We might.
that's a lie
No,
you
no,
were
no.
told.
I just
I
want
know
to
your
share with
community.
you that brought the idea of love, that you can actually love your husband. You don't need to depend on him for survival, that you can actually love him. And if you choose a man out of
Yes.
love, you're not going to choose the chief who's 65 years old and go be his fifth wife. You're going to choose the man
Guess
you
what?
love.
Guess what? Okay. Tia, before you go, let me tell her something right now. Do you know why the second wife was the second wife? Do you know why the third wife was the third wife? Do you know why the fifth wife married a 65 years old man? Do you know why? Why?
Some cases, the first wife couldn't even birth a son.
No. Let me tell you why. The reason, no. Let me tell you why. Just listen. This is going to help you a lot. Listen. And just listen. This will help you a lot. The reason why second all the way to the fifth wives became what they weren't the first wife because they were not qualified to be first wives. They were either too old to marry or they already have a previous child. Because women with kids, any woman that has a child is totally out of the price of being a first wife. She's totally disqualified to be a first wife. So she has to marry that 65-year-old man because that's what she's qualified for in African culture.
Male greed, Pacho, please. The fact that he knew he could have access to all these girls, it was male greed. You think that
it wasn't male greed? It was because the men without wives cannot marry women with kids.
couldn't bring money home? If she
It's
couldn't,
not.
she had
Even
to
if
make.
she can bring money home, what the hell? She already has a child.
I'm
She's
saying if
disqualified.
she reaches of age, and she's not bringing income into that household, she will be pushed to get married, whether or not she wants it or not. And
Okay,
that's
it has not. Okay, you just dragging this conversation. You're making it difficult.
What topic are we on right now? Because I feel
I
like
don't
you're
even know
trying to have
anymore. She took us to a different topic.
you're trying
I
to have
wanted to.
logical conversations with illogical and emotional people's viewpoints, and that's just
it's
not going to get us
okay
anywhere.
to have emotions. We're human. Why are you so weird? We can have both.
Of
It's
the
not
two of us, I think that you would be the more weird adjacent person than I am. One, and
says
then
the
two,
guy
what I'm saying, I didn't
who
say that nothing wrong with being emotional. I just said that there's a problem trying to have logical conversations with people who are ruled by their emotions and their trauma. So I
or
was
maybe
asking
you just
JR,
open up the
did we have another topic after this, or was this going to be the remainder of the show? That's what I was asking.
I beg for you to have more emotional awareness.
I have a
say
significant
one
emotional
thing.
awareness to those that I feel deserve it. I don't know you from Adam. So in everything you've said, I mean, I've treated you with as much respect as your logic and emotions makes me feel that you were warranted. But I don't have to. My emotional awareness is why I know that I can't have a logical conversation with you because you're emotional. It takes emotional awareness to realize that.
So why is that? And that if you are unable to actually attune to someone's emotional state and still have a conversation, that is a failure. That is a skill issue, sir.
That's
You
for
should
women.
be
You're
able
right.
to
For two
understand.
women, they should definitely be able to do that. I'm not a woman. I'm a man.
No, regardless of a man or a woman, it's called
Bullshit.
emotional regulation and maturity.
It matters.
When you're at work and someone's
Alright, so let's go
screaming
to
in your face and
Wait, let her
yelling
ask her question. Let her ask this last question, JR. You said when I'm at work, what?
Here's a scenario.
Okay.
Dude works at T-Mobile. Some irate customer comes in, starts cursing him out, and drops all types of crazy work. He might have an emotional response, but he's able to empathize and find a logical solution. That is a skill. It's not gender-based.
Hold on. So you're right. The reason, but he has an obligation to do that because he's an employee of a business. I don't have that obligation here. I don't have that obligation to you. I don't have the obligation to anybody on this panel. I'm a logical person. I'm not emotional.
That obligation is a choice that guy makes.
No, it's not. It's an obligation because it's a term of his employment. A term of me being on this panel isn't agreeing to have a logical conversation with emotional men or women.
Okay, that is
so like
your choice.
when you use these these outrageous, like one thing that you're really good at is saying like controversial things. What you are terrible at are creating analogies, and you've demonstrated that 4 or 5 times tonight.
Okay, so I also demonstrated how someone can operate with emotional regulation and intelligence, even if someone else is being irrational. The fact that you cannot do that.
No one has had an irrational conversation with you all night but you.
It's not a gender-based issue.
JR, put a poll up. Who's had the irrational conversation tonight?
Honestly, I don't care. I don't do popularity contests. If you can't,
It's not a popularity contest. We didn't say who was more popular. We said who was more rational.
Go ahead and have the logical conversation you think I can't have with me.
It's impossible. That's like me trying to have a conversation English with someone who doesn't speak it. Like I had it with Ty. I've had it with Dory. I've had it with True. I've had it with Straight like that. I've had it with Dope. I've had it people in the comments. Hey, Kenny, you just got here, big dog. Sorry. I've had it with JR. You are the only person. So if everybody on this panel, you are the irrational common denominator.
No, I'm just different, and you have an inability to tolerate difference because you don't have that.
It's not an inability. You're not different. You're illogical. There's nothing wrong with you not being illogical.
Hold on, Ikene. We're going to Ty next.